This is Josiah Plays The Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind DLC. I'm playing my character Ashes in the Wind, the Wood Elf Nightblade. I'm here in Vavardenfell doing the Morrowind DLC, and I have teleported up here to this way shrine because I know there's a quest line here in Voss that I haven't done. And up ahead is the quest giver, Argonian by the name of Grey Skies. And we're going to come over here and see.
One more day, that is all I ask.
We'll talk.
And Wendell must have a plan to save this place.
Saving this place sounds like a job for me.
I wish we didn't have to leave Voss, but it just isn't safe here anymore. I may be a dark elf, but I also fell in love with an Argonian. A former slave at that. I'm not exactly on Savaric's good side.
Who's Savaric?
He's a member of House Telvanni.
Oh, fuck the
Young,
Telvannis.
but a capable wizard with powerful friends. It seems he's likely to take over Tel Mora for good when Mistress Dratha passes away. None of us want to live in a Voss ruled by Savaric.
Is that why you're leaving?
We're being forced out. Savaric doesn't like the idea of a Dunmer falling for a slave, especially an Argonian. Unnatural, he calls it. Unseemly and profane. It's nonsense, but people get strung up for less. To oblivion with him, and this town.
Yeah, this town already sounds like it sucks. What about you, Grey Skies?
You mean to spend some time in Voss? I wouldn't linger if I were you. You don't have scales or fur, so you should be safe for a time. But if Savaric and his lackeys smell a whiff of danger on you, they'll put a knife in your back by supper time.
They don't know who they're dealing with. Who is this Savaric?
The new wizard magistrate. When Mistress Dratha fell ill, House Telvanni put Savaric in charge of Voss. It was all honey and orchids for a time, but not anymore. The people are desperate for Dratha to return. I'm beginning to lose hope.
Well, has anyone tried to do anything about it?
Openly? No. Some work against him in secret, but he sicks his black snail mercenaries on anyone who opposes him publicly.
It's a terrible name.
Don't believe me? Ask him yourself. He covets Tel Mora Tower, but until Dratha dies, he holds court in the Gathering House.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pay him a little visit.
Keep your wits around Savaric. He's slippery as a slaughterfish, and twice as deadly.
So who's this Mistress Dratha?
She's one of the oldest, most powerful Telvanni counselors and the ruler of nearby Tel Mora, the great fungal tower just across the river. She ruled Voss and lands beyond until she fell ill. Some people think it's just old age. I'm not so sure.
So she was a better ruler than Savaric?
1,000 times yes. Our mistress has a mixed reputation. Outsiders often say she is cold and calculating. That may be, but I don't mind. She cares for us from a distance, intervening only when necessary. She respects our freedom.
So the people want to see her recover.
We pray for her recovery every day. If Dratha dies, I fear that Voss will die with her.
What more can you tell me about Savaric?
He's a member of House Telvanni, like Mistress Dratha. Mistress Dratha is powerful but reclusive. Savaric's a little more ambitious.
So he has legal sanction to rule here?
Technically, yes. Luckily, Mistress Dratha's mouth, Lane Sadri, has been working against him in secret.
I've met her.
We're lucky to have her. Savaric can sniff out a conspiracy like a Nixox sniffs out truffles. Without Lane, we'd probably be dead already.
I'll get to the bottom of this. It sounds like injustice is being done. This is a job. For the Scarlet Judge, I will bring justice to this town. Don't worry, Scarlet Judge is here.
Keep your wits around Savarak.
I'm gonna find out what's going on in this place. The Scarlet Judge. Don't worry. It's just me, the Scarlet Judge.
Savarak really seems to care about Voss. He's always in town. I never saw Mistress Dratha outside her tower unless she absolutely needed to leave.
You seem more positive than the others.
It's a breath of fresh air. We finally got an active collaborator instead of a passive overseer. People here don't like change, but they'll see the benefits in time.
Interesting. So some people do want Savarak.
The hero of Davon's Watch.
No, you don't recognize me. I'm the Scarlet Judge. I'm incognito. You don't know who I am. I'm incognito. I'm the Scarlet Judge. Reading house. It is I, the Scarlet Judge, here to question you about the injustice in this town.
Ah, a customer. Glad to see that Savarak hasn't scared everyone off yet. How can I help you today?
You can't. You, what do you know?
Have you also come to do a bit of trading? If you love gold and rumors as much as I do, you'll love this place.
Oh, alright.
What do you want?
I want justice!
What do you want?
Justice!
My ship is at your service. Discreetly, of course. Just let me know which authorities to avoid.
Where can you go?
Of course, of course. We're at your service.
I can only go to Sadrith Mora.
I'm down on my luck. Help me out?
I would if I could. But I can't. Wendell's nursery. The grow house. Somebody's fucking got the dank chronic going. Found ourselves a dispensary. And Skin Blights by any other name I've already read. Blessed Amalexia's Fables I've already read. 2 volumes of them, in fact. Just want to make sure I've talked to everybody around here before I... What's happening here?
What will become of me?
These Savarak loyalists are intimidating people, I think.
Who did I offend to get this post? I can't see the Magister. The steward gives me the barest access to her books, and I can't focus with that smell.
What smell?
Musty, rotting.
I think I've talked to this guy before.
In the tower. I have a sensitive nose. The smell is subtle, but once you notice, it gnaws at you. I had to come outside to get some fresh air.
A dark elf who doesn't like weird mushroom smell? Very questionable. The path leads to the maple. Oh, there's black snails over there. What an asinine name for a mercenary band. Black snails. The Scarlet Judge will bring justice to these runes. Hashtag runic justice. Okay, I'm not going in there.
It matters not who sits in the tower. The work is the same.
So he doesn't seem to care about Savaric. Another house. Seriously? Like, seriously right now? Okay.
Please, I need to buy food.
The tower itself. Not sure if I've been in here.
That new adept demanded unrestricted access to the mistress's books. Between you and me, I think he's a spy.
What adept?
He went outside, complaining of a smell no one else can sense. It's a convenient excuse to meet with his contact, if you ask me.
Interesting. Mistress Dratha's journal. Here we go. Now we get the informations. By Mistress Dratha, Telvanni Mage. Well, I can't say that the Telvanni house was never good for anything, at least after this find. Answers may come in the most unexpected places, but only fools ignore the resources available to them. I'll have to make sure to return the favor to my ever-pleasant house. Tribunal knows they would never let me hear the end of it if I did not. I knew that my answer would come from a troubled source. I do not fear the Daedra, but I hate the idea of bargaining with one. No matter. My need is that great. Who else would take up my mantle? I know of the costs, yet I remain resolute. I must. The research notes in this tomb are ignorant rubbish, naturally. Scholars with a lick of common sense are hard to come by these days, and I find that ever more true when dealing with my fellow Telvanni. So she doesn't like her house, which is good. That means I'm gonna like her. However, I know the truth to this particular cultist chant, and it may hold the answers I'm looking for to solve my pressing need. Stones of cold fire burning blue. Call forth the servant of our Lord. A bargain we have come to make to grant us with our due reward. Well, it's better than the buoyant armature verse. A child could see that these stones of cold fire are necessary for the summoning ritual. I must find someone to collect these stones before it is too late. Someone strong enough to defeat Zykanaz. I'll need him weakened, even with the stones. If only competent help was easier to come by. Alright. Well, that makes things sound a lot more interesting here. Okay, that goes up to Mistress Dratha's chambers. We got more bookshelves. We've seen Songs of Vardenfell before. Okay. Let's see what's upstairs. And by upstairs, I mean up a weird teleporter platform. Hey, there's Mistress Dratha herself. Maybe I get to just walk up and talk to her. After I check out her stuff. Oh, she's on a bed. I thought she was sitting on a throne over here. She's actually, like, all sick and stuff. Or hurt.
Not now. Not yet. The fire, the unmourned house, must be ready.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I got a text from my dad. I gotta check this out. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go meet my dad for lunch later today. Alright, well... I've been to this place, right? This is the grow house, the nursery, yeah. Just looking for anybody that might want to talk, not the navigator. I've already been along this path though, so I will have talked to anybody along here. Now, what other buildings are there in this town? There's a storehouse. I've been in the trading house. Unless this is a different trading house. Do I think it's a different trading house? No, I think it's the same one, but I'm gonna check real quick. Okay, definitely the same one. That's the meeting house where Savaric is. We talked to him. That's somebody's house. This is somebody's house.
Well?
This is locked. This is... oh, Savaric's manse. Petition for the mighty Nixox, we've read. House guard. This is the Caravaner Tower. We don't need to talk to the Caravaner. Somebody's got some grief.
Don't tell my brother I'm here. He prides himself on his cooking, but he's made this resolution to not eat meat. Ugh, can't stand it.
Okay. Fables for evening. Oh, I haven't read these fables. This is the third set of fables.
Ever since Mistress Drotha became ill, I have been miserable. I hope she gets well soon.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, buddy. Zamfir and his amazing pan flute. Alright, I think that's it for the town.
My time is precious.
Not a lot of people to talk to, really. What's going on over here? Oh, it's Delms and Demena Salvi again.
I won't rest until I avenge Sadanine's honor. Sergeant Gareel can handle the governor's duties until then.
Like, what are these people even doing? They're just all over the place. I see them everywhere. What are they even trying to accomplish? Here's Sir Bale. Here's a place I can't go in. Here's some maple. Alright. Blessed Almalexia's Fables for Evening. Sothasil and the Stars. Young Sothasil lay upon a patch of moss and gazed up at the stars. Driven by his great love of maths, his mind turned to counting. I shall count every star and give each a name, he resolved. For hours he counted and named until, at length, his eyes tired and he drifted off to sleep. When morning came, Sothasil woke with a start and looked up at the sky. Alas, all the stars had vanished. He buried his face in his hands and began to weep, for he had learned a harsh lesson. You see, child, time cages all tasks. The strongest Nixox. A great Nixox trumpeted to its herd, "None of you love the master more than I. Do you see what great burdens I bear?" "But you are twice our size," the lesser Nixoxen grumbled. "Better for us to carry 4 bales of salt rice than struggle with 6 and risk great injury." "Bah!" the mighty Nixox snorted. "It's hard work you fear, not injury." The great beast took up its yoke and trudged out into the field. The lesser Nixoxen gathered by a fence and watched their mighty brother take up 2 bales of salt rice, then 4 bales, then 6, 8, 10, until at last the great Nixox was laden with 12 full bales. "Do you see?" it said, straining for breath. "None of you love the master more than I." Just then, the Nixox's shell began to crack under the weight. It let out a painful bellow and collapsed under the bales, crushed to death. The lesser Nixoxen sighed and shook their heads. Poor fool, he learned too late that there is no mortal strength without limits. A Tale of the Frozen Gwar. A lonely Gwar struggled through the ashlands on a cold, moonless night. The wind was frosty and bitter and chilled the animal to the bone. "Alas," it cried, "I will die here, alone in the cold." Just then, the Gwar caught sight of a faint orange glow in the distance. "A campfire?" it barked hopefully. "It must be! It must be!" The Gwar raced toward the light, its feet growing warmer with every step. Soon the cold gave way to a sweltering heat. The air grew thick and acrid, searing the Gwar's nostrils and lungs. But still it hurried on, barking, "It must be a campfire! It must be! It must be!" Finally the Gwar reached the orange glow. Alas, it was not a campfire, but a great flow of lava. The Gwar, so seduced by the warmth, gave this truth no heed. It sprinted to the lava's edge and tripped on a loose stone. With one last joyful bark, the beast landed headfirst in the fiery liquid and died. So you see, child, a fool's thirst for safety carries its own risks. Wow, these are some harsh fables. Hey, son, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see ya. The most beautiful netch. A netch mother once said to her calf, "You, my darling, are the most beautiful netchling in all these isles. No bull is worthy of you." For years the netch's vanity grew. Many worthy bulls approached her with loving intent, but she rebuffed them all, saying, "Do you not know that I am the most beautiful netch in all these isles? None of you are worthy of me." At length the netch grew old and weary. "Alas, I shall die alone," she cried. A young netch couple passed her by and sighed at her wretched condition. "We must be cautious with our calves," the Betty said. "Smothering a child with praise does nothing but harm." Alright, so basically everything you do is wrong, according to Almalexia. What's going on with you, son? I got a Rakuda. Rakuda Matata. That's not how that goes. Alright, it's time to go... It's time to go meet this asshole. Just eating melon. That sounds good. Like watermelon? Or like a honeydew or cantaloupe? Or what kind of melon? I mean, I don't know what they call different kinds of melons in Denmark. Typically here, the only kinds of melon that anyone really eats are either watermelon or two smaller melons, which are called honeydew and cantaloupe, which are very similar to one another. Honeydew. I like that. It's good. Oh no, Sermon 8. Why? Alright, we'll come back to Sermon 8.
What?
We got somebody playing a drum here. We got... Oh man, this person doesn't look like she's enjoying life. She's probably a slave. Sep's Kiss. Alright, here's Savaric, the fucking asshole dictator guy that everybody hates. Anyway, I'll laugh when I hear why. Tell me why.
I do hope you'll forgive my candor, but I must ask, what brings a bumbling outlander to my gathering house? Do you fancy yourself a Telvanni mage? No, I think not. You may take your leave. Immediately.
I'm here to cut your head off. You're a Savaric, aren't you?
Ah, I see the Noir is well informed. If you know that I am Savaric, you must also know that I rule Voss as its wizard magistrate. Do you bring me some petition, or is this just a social visit?
Well, I hear many of Voss's citizens are having a hard time due to your unjust reign.
Have a care how you speak, Outlander. It is true that certain of Voss's citizens have struggled during this period of transition, but I'm hardly to blame. They've taken Dratha's illness very hard. It's led to idleness and crude insubordination.
I'm the Scarlet Judge. You'd have a care how you speak. Alright, so anyway, a streamer was playing Battle Brothers who rescued and recruited a melon fucker. Like, literally. A mob of drunken villagers were gonna tar and feather the guy for having fucked a melon. So that's what made you suddenly crave melon. Which you have not fucked. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Please don't fuck a melon and then eat it, because that's just... that's no bueno. So it's true. You're abusing the people here. I will bring justice.
Someone has to. Dratha's mouth, Lane Sardry, refuses to assist me. She just lurks by her mistress's bedside in Tel Mora, scheming and fomenting unrest. People in crisis require a firm hand. If that offends your gentle sensibilities, move on.
Oh, I'm gonna see you brought down.
We have nothing else to discuss. Begone.
The powerful Telvanni mage, Mistress Dratha, teeters on the brink of death. Now her replacement, Master Savaric, rules Voss with an iron fist. The situation seems dire. Savaric admitted to mistreating the people of Voss. He noted that Mistress Dratha's mouth, Lane Sardry, is fomenting unrest from inside the tower Tel Mora. I should talk to her to get her perspective.
What is it?
Yeah, alright, we will. But unfortunately, we have to read this first. Sermon 8. And presently Nerevar and Vivek were within sight of the capital, and the four corners of the House of Troubles knew that it was not time to contest them. The caravan musicians made a great song of entrance, and the 11 gates of the morning hold were thrown wide. Iam was accompanied by her husband State, a flickering image that was channeled to her ever-changing female need. Around her were the shouts, a guild now forgotten, who carried with them the whims of the people, for the Velothi then were still mostly good at heart. The shouts were the counselors of Iam and the country, though they sometimes quarreled and needed set to wring them into usefulness. Iam approached Nerevar, who was by now adorned in the flags of House Indoril. He gifted her with the simulacrum of the Nechaman's wife, and the egg of Vivek inside. Iam said to Nerevar, Set, who is Azura, has revealed that war is come, and that the Hortator shall deliver us, will approach with a solution walking at his side. Nerevar said, I have traveled out of my way to warn you of the deceit of our enemies, the Dwemer, but I have learned much on the journey and have changed my mind. The Nechaman's wife you see at my side is a sword and a symbol, and there is prophecy inside. It tells me that, like it, we must for a while be like he is, and as a people, cloaked in our former enemies, and to use their machines without shame. At which Vivek spoke aloud. Boethia, who is you, wore the skin of Trinimac to cleanse the faults of Veloth, my queen, and so it should be again. This is the walking way of the glorious. Set appeared out of a cloud of iron vapor, and his minions made of their blood a chair. Blood chair. He sat beside Iam and looked on the rebirth of mastery. Vivek said to them, his triune, my rituals and ordeals and all the rhymes within use no other motive than the revelation of my skin. I am said, I am Aeseti Vek. We are delivered and made whole. The diamond of the black hands is uncovered. Set said, wherever so he treads, there is invisible scripture. To which the shouts were silent in sudden reading. Vivek then reached out from the egg all his limbs and features, merging with the simulacrum of his mother, gilled and blended in all the arts of the star-wounded East, under water and in fire and in metal and in ash, 6 times the wise, and he became the union of male and female, the magic hermaphrodite, the martial axiom, the sex death of language and unique in all the middle world. He said, let us now guide the hands of the Hortator in war and its aftermath, for we go different, and in thunder. This is our destiny. The ending of the words is on CV. Okay. Well, it's good that the sermons are still keeping it nonsense. We're gonna go up here and we're gonna find Lane Sadri now. Bum 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 bum. Bada bada bum 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 bum. Bada bada bum bada bum 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 bum. Oh no! I didn't mean to attack the guard. I was just trying to charge at that scavenger. What have I done? I just attacked a guard. Now I have 110 gold bounty. Fuck. You know, I don't have any stolen items. I could just pay that bounty. Well, I'll sneak around, and if I get caught, I'll pay the bounty. And if I can sneak around without paying it, I'll just do that. They're a lot like the real thing. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Alright. Is there a guard in here?
I'll check in on her again in the morning. For now, just get some rest, eh? You look awful.
Yes, thank you, Manuel. And please let me know straight away if you make any progress on a cure.
Of course. And I meant what I said. Sleep, Lane.
Yes, yes. And who might you be?
I'm, you know, the person who comes... I'm the Scarlet Judge!
Hortator and incarnate must rise. I have to prepare. I have to...
The Scarlet Judge is here to look into this.
It takes some pluck to enter a Telvanni tower uninvited. Impressive. I'm Lane Sadri, mouth to the glorious Mistress Drotha. What is it you want, Outlander?
I've come to discuss the situation in Voss.
The situation? The catastrophe, more like. Savaric and his black snail mercenaries are strangling the life out of that town. I do what I can, but Savaric has the support of the Council. My hands are firmly tied. You, on the other hand...
What can I do?
Savaric won the support of the Council shortly after my mistress fell ill. I've always known him to be clever and enterprising, but all this wealth and muscle, that's new. Despots rule with swords and coin. Savaric has an abundance of both.
So do you know where the gold and the mercenaries are coming from?
I don't, but I think we can find some answers in Savaric's manse.
Yes.
He's turned the old Verino house into a palace and a fortress. If you break in and find some evidence of corruption, I might be able to turn the Council against him.
Saravok on the Iron Throne. Oh my god, I'm playing Baldur's Gate. I love breaking into places and stealing evidence. This is right up my alley. You're Drotha's mouth. What's wrong with her?
I wish I knew. Our resident herbalist, Menwendel, has been developing on a variety of cures. She's capable, brilliant even, but my confidence wanes. We know the illness deadens the mind and causes rigors in the limbs, but beyond that, we're stumped.
Alright, what am I looking for in there exactly?
This can't possibly be the first time someone's asked you to snoop through a wizard's manse.
Probably not.
Just look for anything that seems out of place. Official documents often provide clues on this sort of thing. Letters too. You'll know it when you see it.
Got it.
Savaric's black snail mercenaries are everywhere, so be careful. At least a few of them will be patrolling the halls of the manse. You'll more than likely have to do a lot of sneaking, so don't forget to stretch.
No problem. Well, Savaric's a real piece of shit, so I'm gonna steal stuff from him while I'm in his manse, too. Do you have anything to say, steward?
That new adept demanded...
We've already had this conversation. Lane suspects that the truth about Savaric's sudden wealth and power may be hidden away in his manse. I must break into his house and search for any evidence of corruption, so that I can bring justice. You should probably pay the bounty. Well, it's going down slowly over time, so I'm hoping it just wears away before it really becomes an issue. I mean, I can just invis past this guard right here. But where else are there guards? This isn't it. There's a guard. There's a guard. In we go. Just charge right into the poor guy. Yeah, I didn't mean to. I thought I was charging the scavenger. I don't want your nasty ass fish. Hey! It's for you, son. I found some melons. Ooh, I'm gonna take this beetle shell cheese plate though. And this repurposed dwarven pan. And this glow stick. I don't want that. I don't want that corn either. I don't see anybody to hide from. Well, there's that guy. I don't think I want to steal any wine, because it's not really worth anything. I mean, I guess I'll steal a wine and just immediately drink it. Oh, somebody's just murdering these guys. But I'm trying to keep it. Black snail shipping notice. Attention Black Snails. Shipments and correspondence arrive on the tide. All outgoing freight, crew, and mail must be present and counted on Selville Island 1 hour prior to tide's ebb. No exceptions. Direct any questions or complaints to your direct superior, Captain Nissimal. Selville Island, that's a good clue. Here's a freshly penned note, which I'm gonna read, but I think I'll tuck myself in back here before I do. Rylos, Narandus requests a meeting. Usually I would send Nissimal, but a case of gout has rendered him useless. Given that you are his deputy, the task falls to you. Make haste to the wharf east of town and find out what troubles our friend. Narandus insists on total secrecy, so you must use a passphrase. You will approach him and say, "The cliff racer takes wing," to which he will reply, "Its stench remains." I needn't remind you that the situation remains perilous so long as Drotha lives. Do not fail me. Savaric. Alright, more clues as to how to infiltrate this person's organization. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about getting caught if this person's killing all the guards. That's convenient. Dead guards. Dead guards. Anything else I can steal here that's worth anything? Not really. Letter to Savaric. Alright. I'll read that in a second. In fact, I'll jump in here and read it. Sedura Savaric. The coin barons of House Halalu. Ah, Halalu's behind this shit. Like 4 or 5 people sneaking around looking through the same shit. I know, right? The coin barons of House Halalu are pleased with your progress, but there is much left undone. Enclosed is a letter of credit that should keep you well funded for now. One matter of consternation persists. Drotha's health. So long as that witch draws breath, our plans remain stymied. Your kinsmen in House Telvanni lack the Halalu's attention to detail, but even the most foolish mage cannot be tricked forever. We must redouble our efforts. Do your part and all accounts will be paid. House Halalu shall welcome you, and Tel Mora will be yours to rule. Alright, so it's a plot from the other house. I get it now. I don't think there's anything else to, oh. Oh yeah, that adamantine and that corn. I remember now. I don't actually want those. Don't need that bone either. For this place being called a quote-unquote manse, it had a kind of depressingly small amount of shit to steal. My bounty's down to 61 now. I found an assortment of documents in Savaric's manse. A letter to Savaric from House Halalu, a shipping notice directing black snails to Selville Island, and a note pertaining to a secret meeting. I should share my discoveries with Lane. Alright, back to Lane then. Don't look at me, guard. Nothing to see here, guard. Vardvark. Fuck you, Vardvark. I am the enemy of Vardvarks. It seemed harmless. Seemed. That's how they get you, though.
You're back? I admit I didn't expect you to return. Forgive me.
The Scarlet Judge always returns.
It seems you actually do mean to help us. Did you find anything?
Yeah, I found these documents.
Honestly, what kind of idiot leaves this many documents lying about?
Right?
Still nothing about my mistress's illness. Damn. Well, what do we know? House Halalu is bankrolling Savaric's operation. His wealth and mercenaries arrive via Selville Island.
And one of his subordinates is supposed to attend a secret meeting.
Right. With someone named Narandus, yes? The Halalu's hatchet man here in Voss, no doubt. If they're using passphrases, they must not know each other by name or by face. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'll meet with Narandus instead.
Exactly. Find Narandus near the wharf and use this passphrase. I'll have the few house guards still loyal to Mistress Strotha make sure no one approaches. We don't want the real contact to muck things up. Learn what you can, then make a swift exit.
Got it.
I know deception doesn't come easily to everyone.
I'm a master thief.
Just allow this Narandus fellow to do all the talking. Halalu agents tend to be chatty. It's one of their many, many shortcomings.
Deception doesn't come easily. I'm a fucking straight up ghost. Except for when I accidentally charged that guard. That was a little less ghostly than usual. Lane and I hatched a plan to squeeze information out of one of Savaric's co-conspirators, Narandus. We didn't hatch a plan. I thought of that plan the second I fucking read the note. I didn't need her participation to hatch that plan. I'm just saying. I must travel to the wharf outside Voss and impersonate one of Savaric's henchmen. Narandus might just share some important information with me. Then we will bring justice. Alright, let's get some justice. Let's meet with this motherfucker. For justice. Okay, I don't want that house guard to see me. I am the Scarlet Judge, but I'm also your contact.
It's about fetching time. Well?
The Cliff Racer takes wing.
But the stench remains. You tell Vani's servants. Late. Always late. Our plot to kill Dratha proceeds at a snail's pace. I blame myself, in part. Tel Mora's fungal growth has proven to be more resilient to the toxin than I expected.
That's all I need to hear. Cut off his head. Wait, so we're poisoning the Tel Mora mushroom? That's what the smell is that one guy was complaining about.
Of course we are. To release lethal spores. What moon sugar cart did they drag you out of? I'm near to finishing the new toxin, but I need to know the current status of the infection. Examine the deceased nodule at the tower's base and report back.
Alright, fine.
Well, why are you still standing here? Go investigate the fungal growth.
God damn it. Investigating fungal growths is not what I signed up for. Not what I signed up for. I need to go all the way around, I think. The fungal growth. Malignant growth. This darkened mass of fungus writhes in your grasp. Yuck. Clearly the result of alchemical tampering. Speaking of which, today someone tricked me into Googling a tumor that had hair and teeth. Oh, they got you to Google Trump? I don't think I'll ever sleep again. Well, sorry to hear that.
The Sharmat, lurking, waiting, curses beneath the mountain. Hear me, incarnate, hear me.
Alright, so this sickness she's got has turned her into a 24/7 Vivek sermon.
You still have your head on your shoulders, so it can't have gone all that poorly. Did you manage to learn anything?
Yeah, the tower's fungal growth. It's killing Dratha. Because Savarak and the Halalu poisoned it.
What? Those fetching bastards! The answer was right here the whole time.
The answer was inside you the whole time.
Look, I'm no slouch when it comes to magic, but fungal infections are well outside my area of expertise. You'll have to find Menwendel, our herbalist.
Where is she?
She established a small nursery beside the tower. With any luck, she'll be there. If not, ask her assistant Grey Skies. Please don't dawdle. I'm not sure how much longer my mistress can hold on.
What are you gonna do?
I'll contact the Telvanni Council immediately. I'm sure they'll love to hear about Savarak's tawdry affair with those gold pinchers in House Halalu. If I know the Council, and I do, Savarak will be feeding the shroom beetles by week's end.
Yeah, it's gonna be that simple. And Voss will be free of his reign. And this place will have justice.
Indeed. The citizens of Vos will be free to go about their lives in peace. Although for Vos to truly flourish, we must also restore my Mistress Dratha to proper health. From the looks of things, she doesn't have much time.
Don't worry.
Remember, Menwendel should be tending to her nursery just south of here. Show her that thing. I'm certain she'll know what it is. More importantly, she'll know how to help my mistress recover from its effects.
Yeah, I'll go by Menwendel's fucking weed dispensary. Because she's straight growing the chronic in there. Only 12 gold left on my bounty. Cut the games. Look at this place.
Please help me. Down here.
God damn it, gray skies.
It's you. Hist be praised. Savaric set those black snail thugs on us. A half-dozen of them. I tried to... Sorry, just... let me catch my breath.
It's alright. Where's Menwendel?
They took her. She didn't make it easy. Bit one of their ears off and broke a flask over another one's face. But in the end, they were just too much for her. The leader kept shouting not to kill her. Said someone named Narandas needed her alive.
Which way did they go?
I heard one of them mention a hideout along the coast. There are a few old pirate dens south of here. Maybe they've claimed one. Menwendel knows more about the fungal towers than anyone. Hist only knows what they have planned for her.
Alright, thanks.
Don't worry about me, friend. Just find Menwendel.
Gray Skies told me that the Black Snails, still the worst mercenary band name of all time, took Menwendel to a hideout south of Telmora. Hopefully Menwendel left some kind of trail I can follow. You know who else leaves trails you can follow? Snails. That's right, snails leave trails. And the Scarlet Judge will follow them. I'm now upstanding. Yay, I've been forgiven for assaulting that guard. Hey, what's up, Amaranth? How you doing? Welcome back. Menwendel's notes. A page torn from the journal of Menwendel, Mistress Dratha's herbalist. It looks like it may have fallen during a struggle. Oh, I can't read it. Okay. Vardvark. Look, I kill Vardvarks on sight because they are the ancient enemy of my people. State a fucking melon. Literally a fucking melon. Do you mind if I ask a question about a possible... You can ask any questions about anything you want. I'm delighted by questions. Nope. Couple of the little fuckers trying to escape justice. Can you lick your elbow fire? Not right now. I'm really inflexible now. I used to be really flexible when I was doing yoga all the time. I could probably have done it then, but now, not so much. Can you lick your elbow? Just finished your Shadow of Mordor series. With Shadow of War interests you now that the marketplace is gone? I don't know what marketplace you're talking about, but Shadow of War interests me very greatly. Yes, I will absolutely at some point do a playthrough of it. I'm not sure exactly when. I'll play it on my PS4 Pro. Broken bottle. Oh, look at this motherfucker thinking they're slick. There's only one assassin here, Black Snail, and it's me. Oh, there was a marketplace that you could buy everything instead of playing. I didn't even, like a real world microtransactions type thing. I didn't even know it had that. But they got rid of it, huh? That's good, actually. That's really good. I'm going to eliminate a few more of these brick nuggets. Hey, I got a question for you. How do you feel about the Blade of Woe? How do you feel about the Blade of Woe? Except I don't have the blade. That's the Angry Hand of Woe I use sometimes. Have you played Shadow of War? Oh, I really do want to play Shadow of War badly. Torn cloth. This could only have come from Minwendel. So I get down. Alright. Pinson. She's apparently in there. I just want to kill a few more of these fuckers. Book. Please don't be a sermon. Damn it, it's a sermon. Of course it's a sermon. Of course it's a sermon. Just got it. It's very fun, and the Nemesis system has some improvements. How have they improved the Nemesis system? You can interrogate without grabbing Uryx this time. Oh, that's cool. Sermon 9. Then came the war with the Northern men, where Vivek did guide the Hortator into swift and tricky union with the Dwemer. The greatest demon chieftains of the frigid West were those listed below, 5 in unholy number. Hoaga, the mouth of mud, who appeared as a great bearded king, had the powers of marshalling and breathing the earth. On the battlefields, this demon would often be seen on the sidelines, eating the soil voraciously. When his men fell, Hawaga would fill their bodies back with it, whereupon they would rise again and fight, albeit slower. Mud zombies. He had a secret name, Fenja, and destroyed 17 Chimeri villages and 2 Dwemeri strongholds before being turned away. Chemua, the Running Hunger, who appeared as a mounted soldier with full helm, had the powers of heart roaring and of sky sickening. No, I can't have that right now. Had the powers of heart roaring and of sky sickening. He ate the Chimeri hero Dress Chizumet E, sending the spirit back to the Hortator as an assassin. Sometimes called First Blighter, Chemua could give clouds stomach aches and turn the rain of Veloth into bile. He destroyed 6 Chimeri villages before he was slain by Vivek and the Hortator. Bog, the Two-Tongued, who appeared as a great bearded king, had the powers of surety and form change. His raiders were small in number, but ran amok in the west hinterlands, killing many Velothi trappers and scouts. He fell in a great debate with Vivek, for the warrior poet alone could understand the northern man's two-layered speech, though Almsivi had to remain invisible during the argument. Barfok, Maid of Plains, who appeared as a winged human. Seriously? No. Who appeared as a winged human with lick-encrusted spear. Had the powers of Event Denouement. What? Battles fought against her would always end in victory for Barfok because she could shape outcomes by singing. Oh, that's pretty fucking good. 4 Chimeri villages and 2 more Dwemeri strongholds were destroyed by her decision enforcement. Vivek had to stuff her mouth with his milk finger. What the fuck is a milk finger? How scandalous did this just get? With his milk finger to keep her from singing Veloth into ruin. Isamir, the Dragon of the North, who always appears as a great bearded king, had powers innumerable and echoing. He was grim and dark and the most silent of the invading chieftains, though when he spoke, villages were uplifted and thrown into the sea. The Hortator fought him unarmed, grabbing the dragon's roars by hand until Ismir's power throat bled. These roars were given to Vivek to bind into an ebony listening frame, which the warrior poet placed on Ismir's face and ears to drive him mad and drive him away. The coming forth and the driving away brings all things around. What I shall say next is unpleasant to record. Herma Mora Altadune, i.e. Altadune. The ending of the words is Almsivi. Well, I think we got a lot out of that. The captains have side quests that have a time limit to complete, so when you fight a captain and win or lose, that is classed as a turn. Really? That's interesting. I don't know that I like time elements that much, but maybe it's cool the way they do it. Sounds like it could be cool. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta send a text. Hold on a second. No, stop doing that, phone. That's really weird what you're doing right now. Okay. Cool. Sometimes you have to tell your fucking phone how it is. Oh, not a Vardvark. Well, I want to scrape this rune, but that bull Kaguti's well, okay, he left. I don't want to have to kill that bull Kagudi. Hanud Tower. Oh, that's where I am. Alright. Time to quit fucking around and go inside this place. Uh-oh, I backed into... For the Dark Elves of Vardenfell, to find a black snail in one's salad means ill luck in the week ahead. A black snail on one's small clothes means imminent death. Okay, so the black snail has a lot of symbolic meaning in their culture. Thus, the black snail mercenaries makes more sense. But still, it sounds dumb. Oh, here she is. I thought I was going to have to delve through some whole complex. But she's just right here.
Back, you imp-faced brute! I have moldy bread and I'm not afraid to use it. Wait, I've seen you before.
A fellow wood elf. Yeah, I'm here to help. I'm the Scarlet Judge.
Oh, sorry about the imp-face thing. Your face is really quite... I don't know. Never mind. I'm glad you're here. I was just preparing to make my escape. Should be a lot easier now. Why are you here anyway? Did Grey Sky send you?
Actually, Lane sent me. Look at this thing. Savaric's using this to try to poison Telmora to kill your boss.
Well, that's gross. Looks like it was stitched to the lowest stalk. But these striae... Oh no, it's the spores! The growth vents spores into the tower that... Never mind. I think I can help Dratha, but I need a sample of the toxin they used.
No problem. I'll get a sample. For justice.
Narandus is hiding in here somewhere. If you deal with him, these brutes will scatter like roaches under a lantern. Now, I can make it back to Voss on my own. You give these bastards a good drubbing, find that toxin, and meet me back at Telmora.
Done.
Go on then. Stop Narandus and find a sample of that toxin. I'll make my way out of here while you're providing a distraction.
But I'm taking some... Oh, it's spoiled food. Man, I was gonna have some bread. We're gonna have an archery contest right now. Oh, except for the fact I'm not equipping my bow. Anybody else want to step? In order to heal the Telmora mushroom and Mistress Dratha, Menwenda will need a sample of the Halalu conspirator's toxin. She also urged me to deal with Narendus. Killing him should scatter his forces, but I'll have to find him first. Oh, I can't go that way. Okay. Of course I can't. Black Snail Pyromancer, huh? Sounds like a pain in the ass. I think he gets the blade. Of woe! Of woe! What's the problem here? There we go. Oh, Narandus is here. Apparently some kind of boss. Oh, only 103k though.
Meddler! Imposter! You won't leave this cavern alive!
This guy's really easy. Find a clue to the toxin's location. So much for Narandus. Notice to all research assistants. All remaining flasks of the of the original toxin must be relocated to the storage chamber in the rear portion of the cave so as to keep them separate from Master Narandus' new formula. Please make a full accounting and report any irregularities to your direct superior. Pride and prosperity for House Halalu. Fuck House Halalu. Let's go grab some toxin sample. Oh. This seems to be a meaningless dead end. Black Snail Ravager. Black Snail Pyromancer. I don't know what's suddenly wrong with me. Ooh, a lockpick. It said, ooh, a lockpick, like I just found something exciting. Alright, well here's the toxin sample. I collected a sample of the Neurondus' fungal toxin. I should deliver it to Menwendel and tell Mora she'll need it to brew an antidote for Dratha. No, no. Y'all be calm. Y'all be calm. Black snail soldier. Oh, really? You wanna... Right. That takes care of that then. Justice! So much justice, you guys. So much justice. Oh. Back to Menwendel. The weed grower. Now I got the blade back. I got my bladey black baby black baby back. I got my bladey black baby black baby back. Oh, a chest. Yay, stuff. I guess I'm not going back to Menwendel's shop. I'm just going straight to the tower. Mistress D.
Not now.
Alright, she said that before. It was nonsense before, it's nonsense now.
There you are! I gave Mistress Dratha some chokeweed bitters to slow the effect of the spores, but this is like binding a troll's hands with fishing twine. Did you bring the toxin sample I asked for? I can't brew an antidote without it.
I have it.
Perfect. I'll get to work on this right away. Oh, one other thing. Lane took off toward Voss with a handful of guardsmen. I think they mean to arrest that Guar's ass, Savarik. She might need your help.
Alright, I'm on it.
If you find that oaf, give him a good kick in the nethers for me. Ifra knows how long it's going to take me to clean up my nursery.
The nethers.
Checking up on me? I've got this situation handled. Cross my heart and all that. Mistress Dratha will be fine. You just go help Lane, alright?
Right. According to Menwendel, Lane set off toward Voss with a handful of guardsmen to arrest Savarik. I should track her down and see if she needs my help. I'm keeping my bow and two-handed like really neck and neck with each other, so that's good. Anything new to say, Stuart Seddon?
That new adept...
God damn it.
Savarik's gone. Damn that slippery bastard. We tossed his manse, the gathering house, the wharf. We turned the whole damn town upside down and nothing. He can't have just vanished. What did we miss?
What about that shipping notice I found? Selville Island?
Of course, his Black Snail mercenaries have been resupplying there. That must be where he's headed.
Where is this island?
Selville Island is just east of the tower. If he manages to get away, I'll never forgive myself. It will take me too long to gather up all the town guards. I need you to go after him. Please, Sarah, make sure he doesn't board that ship.
Don't worry. The Scarlet Judge will handle this.
I'm going to check on Menwendel's progress. I believe in you, but nothing can be left to chance. Vec willing, Mistress Dratha will make a full recovery. With her health restored, those Halalu bastards won't dare to make another play for Tel Mora.
Okay. It's that island over there. Scarlet Judge, going in. Bug loss. It's a water hyacinth. You know what? Now that I'm going in for an assassination, it's time to show my true colors. Skeletal assassin mode. Here we go. Alright, we're going in. Nobody's even gonna see me. I'm gonna be like a fucking ghost. And I'm coming in right after I'm in skeleton mode, so that's how you know I'm fucking serious.
You meddlesome brat! Dratha may survive, but I'll make sure you won't.
Done. Why is that word so hard to say all of a sudden? The skeletal assassin has struck again and has done his grim work. And the Scarlet Judge. Has completed her mission. Alright, so what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna slip past these guys. Like, they'll never even know what happened. They never saw me, nobody ever saw me, all of a sudden he was just dead. I defeated Savaric and thwarted House Lalu's attempt to claim Vos and Tel Mora for themselves. I should return to Tel Mora and inform Lane of our success. Oh, she's up.
Lane tells me I have you to thank for unearthing Savaric's plot on my life. Interesting. Speak with her. She'll make sure you are properly rewarded. Then we can determine if you might be of further use.
Great.
You're back. My mistress and I fared the worst. Is it over? Is Savaric slain?
Justice has been brought to Savaric.
What a relief. With Mistress Dratha's approval, I'll send runners to nearby towns and let the people know it's safe to return. Thank you, my friend. Truly. Take this, and I believe my Mistress Dratha would like a proper word as well.
Epaulets of the War Maiden.
Muthsera, this is the warrior I told you about. The one that exposed the Halalu plot and struck down Savaric.
Ooh, she does have a new quest for me.
You've proven yourself willing to help those in need, even without the promise of compensation. I hesitate to ask more of you, but just between us, I can see that these events have shaken Mistress Dratha. She could use your help.
Of course. Now that I've liberated the town, my work as the Scarlet Judge is finished here. I return to my normal working once again in my own capacity.
Let me get a better look at you. Your eyes are wrong, but your palms seem clean enough. I have a task for you. If you succeed, you'll earn the favor of a Telvanni counselor and a treasure from my vault. Is this agreeable?
Well, what do you want me to do?
In all my long years, the thought of death has rarely troubled me. But thanks to Savarak, I've gained new perspective. My illness took me to the brink of the void, the tip of the scythe. Someday I may welcome death, but for now, steps must be taken.
What kind of steps?
I find that people lead much happier lives when they don't trouble themselves with details. Now, Vardenfell is littered with Daedric shrines. 7 of these shrines contain powerful magicked stones. You must find these stones and bring them to me.
Alright. I'll keep an eye out for these stones.
The task I've set before you won't be easy. These shrines lie near and far. Some are little more than piles of brickwork, while others extend deep underground. Even so, I'm confident you'll find what I'm looking for. The Stones of Cold Fire.
What exactly are these Stones of Cold Fire?
So you're a scholar as well. I certainly wouldn't have predicted that. Before the Tribunal showed up, we Dunmer worshipped the Daedra. They raised no small amount of havoc, but they also left us valuable gifts. Gifts like the stones.
Yeah, but what do they do?
Nothing until they rest side by side. If a mage manages to wake all 7, well, let's just say their powers of persuasion are put to the test.
But you're not worried about using Daedric relics?
Of course not. Why should I be? The powers of Oblivion hold no great mysteries for mages like me, and House Telvanni has no time for folklore and childish superstitions. What's the point of power left unclaimed?
What's gonna happen with Voss, now that Savarak is dead?
Plans? No, of course not. I'll leave them to their business just as I always have.
But the people, they seemed really anxious for you to return.
I'm sure they did. You'd like an explanation, wouldn't you? Fine. You want to earn people's love. Here's the secret. Just leave them alone. Treat them like adults, even when they act like children. The rest takes care of itself.
Wait, so that's it? You just leave them alone?
Yes. Believe me, it's a rare and wonderful thing to live under the protection of a disinterested ruler. Self-determination. It'll be all the rage in a millennium or 2, I guarantee it. Now, are we finished? I need those stones.
Alright, yeah, I'll look into it.
The task I've set before you won't be easy.
She can be curt, but trust when I say we need Mistress Drotha, and not only for the sake of Voss and Telmora. Despite her temper, my mistress truly seeks the best for Vardenfell. She cares too much, as the cliché goes. Just help her, please.
Alright. Hey, what's up, Boss Pie? How you doing? How long have I been streaming? 2 hours. Been streaming 2 hours, and I'm about to stop for a while, because I gotta go have lunch with my dad. And then I'll be back to stream more. I'll be back to stream more later. Oh, cool. At least it shows me where these stones are on the map, so I don't have to, like, search for them myself. Well, that's going to be a big quest. Mistress Drotha, having woken from a crippling illness, made it clear that she wants to beat death. 7 Daedric relics, called the Stones of Cold Fire, may be the key to achieving immortality. According to Mistress Drotha, the Stones of Cold Fire are hidden away in the 7 Daedric shrines: Ashulmawia, Baal-Ur, Asutanimus, Kush-Tashpi, Ramimilk, Yansaramus, and Tusanend. I must seek out these shrines and claim one stone from each. No. Son Gnif was here and so was Amaranth. So I wasn't here all alone. Sound like the 7 Dragon Balls? I don't know anything about the 7 Dragon Balls. Cool. Well... I don't think there's anything I want to spend points on right now. Oh, except for agility. Oh, 7% more weapon damage from my medium armor. Sweet. It's actually pretty great. Yeah. Dragons have 7 balls. Who knows how many balls? They could have any number of balls. They might not have any balls at all. Or they might have like 100 balls. It's hard to say. But I'll tell you what's not hard to say. It's pretty much gonna do it for this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, this episode is now over. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Elder Scrolls Online. Uh-oh, yes, it has stopped working. Hold on. I don't want to screw up the video by having things crashing when I'm ending the recording. Okay, it should be okay now. Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind DLC.